Previously on Drunkard's Walk,
where we invite our wives to come on, and they are gracious enough to say yes. This time, Emma and I are going to do the walk together, and Jethro and Kristy are going to do a walk for you next week.
Hartman's v. Nolan.
Then my good friend from high school, Rayn Wanner, back to give us another topic. Ryan, how you doing, man?
I am doing fantastic this evening. So tonight I chose another common subject for you. A hobby that I enjoy is cooking, and one thing I love to smoke on my grill is a brisket.
We do. Well, I'm going to tell you what, Jethro, we definitely thought we were done with brisket Jewish dish. So much so that I think you'll find that next week, so we're going to tell you next week, you're going to hear us say that it was 6 links. But Jethro, it should have been 7.
It should have been 7. Previously on Drunkard's Walk. Hi, it's Matt and Emma. All right, we're abandoning that bit. Hi, everybody. It's Jethro
and Kristy,
and we are here to do part 2 of the wives join Drunkard's Walk again. Last week you heard Matt.
But it's switchies, switchies.
Switch.
I don't know.
And that's the woman who's not drinking.
Bourbon,
yeah. So rather than Jethro and Matt take on Emma and Kristy, we've decided to team up with our wives, and the Hartmans are going against Nolan. Last week, you heard the Hartmans go on their journey, and this week you get the perhaps far greater pleasure of hearing the Nolans.
Lucky you.
Oh, that's right. And I tell you what, if there's anything that Kristy and I do perfectly well, it is exist in total harmony and make decisions in lockstep and unity. If you thought that I was combative with Matt Hartman, just wait till you get to hear the passive aggressive.
Look, I just want to win because, as you know, the wives have not won yet. So
this is true. Well,
either Emma and I will be walking away victorious with our first win. And
I think that is a guarantee, with the possible exception of a tie.
I didn't think about that.
There you go. It has happened before. Now we do have our starting point, which is Hachiko, which is an adorable Japanese dog who's remembered for his loyalty to his owner, for whom he continued to wait for over 9 years following his owner's death, which is kind of sad.
Sad.
It's particularly poignant given that earlier in the episode, our dogs were barking, so we had to expel them from the room so that we could focus on this dog that's been dead for, 92 years or something.
Yeah.
And our destination is Brisket, which is always a great destination.
I had brisket last night.
You did?
Yes.
You did. In fact, I had sausage last night.
Yes.
So there's meats aplenty here.
Meats aplenty.
So this is normally where, before we started on the journey, that Matt and I would take a guess as to how many links it's going to take us. Yeah, even though it's purely academic this week, do you have any sense of how long it's going to take?
As someone who has no way of basing this on anything, I'm gonna just pick a number random and say 6.
Okay. I will say that the average has been 4.5 this season. The total average over all the seasons of Drunkard's Walks has been 5, but you're going to guess 6. I'm going to guess 5 just to keep it realsies and funsies.
I mean, if you had told me those things earlier, I would have maybe made a different choice.
Well, I was getting ready to tell you, but you again, you don't listen. You just storm ahead without the information.
I'm not psychic, if that's what you mean.
Well, no one is. All right. So here we go. We got Hachiko here, a handsome little fellow.
So I'm wondering, does this loyalty have something to do with the breed? Like, is the breed particularly, or it's just like...
I mean, I feel like all dogs are fairly loyal. We got into this one because there was like a page of examples of other dogs who were famously loyal to their owners. So, and they weren't all Akitas. So I think that it is a characteristic of many dogs, and of course, an example of why dogs are infinitely better than cats across the board.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a lot there. I mean, there are a number of links on here, but most of them have to do with Japan in some way, shape, or form, like Shibuya Station, which is where he used to wait for his owner. I mean, would he wait all night, or would he just at like 6 p.m. be like, oh, I guess he's not coming home, and then go home?
Oh, it's heartbreaking. Yeah. Right? Let's stop focusing on it, because I'll be heartbroken.
Well, then let's focus on other possible.
So the Japanese, not big beef eaters, right? Like not that's not the primary.
I would think
if you think of Japanese cuisine, you don't jump to beef. You
jump to fish. You got your and your udons and your ramens and your noodles, but you definitely don't think beef. Although I guess Kobe beef is from Japan, which is the legendarily excellent marbled fat beef. There is a link to cerebral hemorrhage on here. If we want to take a light and whimsical route,
it does feel whimsical.
It really does.
Yeah.
I'm not seeing a lot of links here. It's very sad. We've got the details about Hachiko's death. He was found on the street in Shibuya. In March 2011, scientists finally settled the cause of death. He died in 1935, and in 2011, scientists were like, "We got to get to the bottom of this."
Maybe that's when they were able to test the biological material.
Interestingly, there were 4 yakitori skewers in Hachiko's stomach. So if we hover over yakitori, we've got skewered chicken. So we've got cooked meats available to us as now. It is very enticing.
Yes.
I'm just going to scroll down to see if there are any other links that might be perhaps more interesting than that. Although I got to say, it's so obviously the right click out of here that it's almost certain that Matt and Emma took that exact same one.
Yeah.
But I like it.
Look, I also want to win. We're not going to pick some let's do this to be different.
No, we don't want to be different. We want to be winners. Blockbuster is linked here, which could get us to, who knows,
something else. Fun stuff. This link will take us somewhere. Excellent.
You say it well. You really. This link will take us somewhere.
Yeah, you really.
Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword. Now, Scooby-Doo, famously an eater of snacks.
Yes, not brisket though.
This is true.
It's Scooby snacks.
But he also had those comically large sandwiches that he and Shaggy would eat.
Yeah.
I don't know how
Dagwood.
I don't want Dagwood from the Blondie comics.
Yes.
I don't know how
they're called, right?
There are sandwiches named after Dagwood, but I don't know that that's specifically what Scooby and Shaggy were eating.
I mean, but you call those overstuffed sandwiches that are like almost too big to pick up a Dagwood sandwich. Though, do people call them that anymore? Is that like a World War II era?
I mean, I don't know that they're cranking out any new Blondie comics these days. But for the over 60s, in our audience, I hope you enjoyed that Dagwood and Blondie reference. And
the kids should know about things.
For the kids, consider this a history lesson.
YouTubers, they're just, they don't know about getting that Sunday paper and being like, as a child, I want the funnies. I want the funnies.
You got to skip past Prince Valiant. Ugh. All right. I feel like yakitori skewers.
I can't. There's nothing else.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic. So I'm going to log this in our sheet of.
Log it in. So it's skewered chicken. Do you think they skewer anything else?
Chicken is listed. Skewered is linked there. So we certainly could get.
But it's also in a grill. I'd love to get down to I see the word grill. Maybe that is.
It's not linked over on the side here, but we could scroll down and find some more. Binchotan charcoal is linked here.
Ooh.
Which gets us into the grilling. Although I should point out that grilling and barbecuing are 2 different things.
Yes, but I feel like same church, different pew.
Oh yeah,
don't you?
Oh, absolutely. No, if we could get to grilling as a method of cooking, that would work.
Yes.
They do have examples of a wide variety in cuts and preparations methods. But again, these are all chicken specific.
They really are chicken
here.
specific.
And I tell you what, just looking at these pictures is making me hungry here.
Yeah. These pretzels are making me thirsty.
Well,
see, also, let's see. Ooh, kebabs.
Ooh, list of kebabs. I like that.
Oh, I feel like it's definitely
shashlik is a dish of skewered meats. Souvlaki, popular. So there are, every country you go to, there's going to be some skewered foods.
Roast meat on skewers is all. Oh, I guess references. You don't do that.
No, it's got to be internal.
Yeah.
Let's see if there's anything down here. So there's a barbecue category link.
Oh, I feel like that is maybe.
And you know what?
What?
You know what Hartman hates?
What?
Going through the category links down at the bottom. But I feel like barbecue is absolutely the way to go.
Yeah.
You on board?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't feel like we should think about it too long, because then
no, thinking is the enemy of excellent decisions in terms of the Wikipedia game. All right, we've clicked barbecue. It's all the way at the bottom. It's one of those purple category links.
It has many different spellings.
It absolutely does.
BARBECUE. I've never seen it.
BARBEQUE.
This is apparently in the UK. Maybe Emma spells it that way.
Indeed. We'll have to ask her when we
a barbie if you're Australian.
That's that. What you just
throw
did there,
another brisket.
Please stop.
The barbie.
Please stop. What you're doing is essentially a hate crime.
Australians love it.
I would love to apologize.
They love it.
To our Australian listener.
Regional variations of barbecue.
Absolutely.
All right. Smoking. I see smoking.
Meat barbecued at the Salt Lick restaurant, which we have been to.
No.
We have attended a wedding at the Salt Lick. Katie and Doug, our good friends, got married.
We go back there because we weren't eating meat then.
Oh, I know.
We brought hummus.
I know. It's so dumb.
What about smoking? See smoking?
I do see smoking listed here. I think brisket could be listed on this page.
Oh, okay.
Because smoking and grilling and so many different things here are shown. There's
this also makes me think of
and I miss a mom's barbecue. Yes.
What's that song?
That is Barbecue from Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas.
Yes.
If Emmett Otter's Jug Band Christmas is not part of your Christmas tradition, then you are doing life wrong.
It's part of ours.
And we're atheists. So
what religion does that have?
Because Christmas, I don't know if you know this, my wife does not know a lot about the Bible and Christianity, but fun fact, Christmas has its origin.
No, but I thought you were saying that Emmett Otter was somehow religious, and that despite its religious themes, we still watch it as atheists.
No, although I got to say, it's very clear that Emmett Otter and his ma clearly belong to some religious sect.
Yeah, not like a cult, though. I mean, I would say a Judeo-Christian.
Borderline.
Why is this so heavy British? I feel like.
Are we on British Wikipedia for some reason?
I don't know. Are you?
Some of the pictures are showing a variety of British options. We do have a link to regional variations of barbecue, which is nice.
United States. Here we go.
Here, Pig Pickens.
What's Pig Pickens? That sounds good.
That it sounds like.
Wait, hover over it again. What does it say?
It says Pig Pickin is a type of party of gathering held primarily in the American South, which involves the barbecuing of a whole hog.
Is it a cow brisket or a pig brisket?
Cow. I believe brisket is from the cow. But we've got a lot of article left here that I feel like we should. Beef brisket is mentioned here, but it's not linked. Although Kansas City style barbecue does have its own page, so we theoretically could go there.
Pit beef.
Pit beef prevails in Maryland. I've never heard of Maryland barbecue, but I feel like if we scroll down, we're going to see a lot of options here.
Texas also feels like a good one.
But this links to the state of Texas, which, honey, I don't know if I want to.
Techniques.
Where?
Techniques.
What?
Keep going.
What? Where?
See techniques?
I do. Smoking, cooking. Oh, look at all those delicious meats. I tell you what, there's some beautiful grilling and smoking stuff here, although frustratingly, I'm not seeing a picture of a brisket, or I'm not seeing a link to a brisket, even though the word brisket does appear on this page. That's very, very, very frustrating. Oh, list of barbecue dishes. I like it.
Oh, I like that.
List of smoked foods. Kansas City style barbecue, which is where brisket was mentioned up above.
Also, if we wanted to be risky, burnt ends.
I feel like burnt ends, aren't those like a pork belly? No, burnt ends are pieces of meat cut from the point half of a smoked brisket. So burnt ends could absolutely be there.
Yes, I'm a genius.
I'm genius, maybe stretching
People
it just a little bit.
People have bandied around the word before.
But we do see, hold on a second here. Under meats, there is a lot of stuff listed here. Poultry, game, fish, insects, cuts and preparation. I see, there's biltong, braised, burger, charcuterie, chopped, but there's not brisket. That is very frustrating. There's a list of beef dishes.
There's elephant. Who roasts an elephant?
I imagine people who live where elephants are native.
I
mean, you kill one elephant and you're eating for months.
I feel like pork dishes.
Why on earth is a list of articles? Why is brisket not down here?
It should really be.
It absolutely should be. This is a crime.
This is an atrocity.
This is a crime. So what do we like given what we've seen here? Do we like burnt ends?
I do, but I really think that could add I feel like there were closer ones.
I mean, burnt ends are a part of brisket.
That's true.
I mean, when you hover over, as is completely allowable by podcast lore, it says that half of a smoked brisket.
Okay.
I mean, what else do you like more? What else do you think works better?
I thought that
Kansas City style barbecue is characterized by its use of different meats, including pulled pork, pork ribs, burnt ends, smoked sausage, beef, brisket. Like there's so many meats listed here that I worry that brisket's not going to show up.
Yeah. Maybe burnt ends. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm the hero of this story, honey.
I feel like that's.
But I don't want to be held responsible if it doesn't go my way.
Those aren't the words of a hero. That's not how heroes talk. It's not like
that's how this hero talks.
It's not like Superman's like, I'm going to go save the school children on that bus, but just in case it doesn't work out, let's all acknowledge that they were going to die before I intervened. So if I don't save them, they're no worse off. All right. Do we all agree to that?
When it gets to the comic, it's just a summary of what he said. They leave a lot of it out. Okay. It's a very small pane where Superman says things. And there's a lot of times where he goes back and he's like, look, I just want to be clear.
Yeah. You need like the unedited version of Superman where he's constantly waffling and leaving himself room for
things. Also, they don't want children to see that. All right. So are we agreed? Burnt ends?
I mean, that is the hero's path. Are we ready to go to burnt ends?
I think so.
It's under C also.
Do you think?
Your heroes don't ask, do you think? Like, if I'm Jimmy Olsen,
we a team? Aren't we a team? You understand? I know that's a foreign idea for you.
Oh wow!
You're just like telling people, are we going to do that? We
usually save this for Dr. Carmichael. This kind of stuff. I will say though that in every team, particularly a team
burn ends
with a superhero, that there's usually a superhero and a sidekick. So
do you want to be? You are kind of my sidekick, Kenny. All right.
I aspire to be it. Burnt ends it is, and look at that first link. There
I am a hero.
Perfect. You
cut out all that other part about.
This is going to be a 3-minute episode because we cut out all the part where you equivocated about where to go.
You have to click it, right?
I do have to click it, but once I click it, we are there. And
should we look at burnt ends more?
We certainly can. I mean, we certainly know that we can get there.
So, okay, we mentioned in the last episode that brisket's on our list of things to do.
Absolutely.
So when we do it, should we do some burnt ends, or is that like an accident that happens?
I don't know. I mean,
I know I used to work in a Persian restaurant, and there was a name for the burnt rice.
Yes.
On the bottom of a pan. It was like a delicacy, and people would come in and ask for it, and we only sometimes had it, and la la la. Maybe this is a delicacy that we should try.
I'm totally down to it. I think we should absolutely give it a shot here.
Okay.
All right, let's click on brisket, shall we?
Okay.
Brisket!
Ooh.
This article is about
veal.
the cut of meat or other dishes made with it. For traditional Ashkenazi Jewish dish, see brisket, Jewish dish. For the smoked brisket dish popular in Texas, see Texas smoked brisket. So here we are.
Do you think there's going to be a fight if they got to a different brisket?
Matt explicitly asked Ryan at the beginning of the last episode.
Explicitly asked.
Does it have a Wikipedia page? Is there any? And he said no. It's just brisket. So I feel like we are on solid legal ground. And if we need to get a lawyer, we will.
Okay, cool.
But here we are, hon. We've got it.
Brisket.
There it is on the counter.
Method of cooking. What do you think Wikipedia is the way we should learn how to cook our impending brisket?
I feel like
It's back to British. Why is that? There's so many.
Because British people like meat.
Yeah, but why not like another culture that cooks this?
Like America? Is that what you're thinking?
No, America's up there too.
All right, so I will say.
Does France not do brisket?
Okay, but this isn't French Wikipedia. This is English Wikipedia.
Oh.
So I'm sure if we looked at the French Wikipedia, we'd probably see more French references. It's an artifact of what language?
Did you see that it comes from the Old Norse, meaning cartilage?
I love that.
Yeah.
I love it.
Traditional New England boiled dinner features briskets as the main course option.
I feel like also, and we can say this because Emma is not on the podcast, that the English typically not known for their cuisine.
No, they're not.
No, they're not. When I think brisket, I don't think England. I think Texas and Kansas City and South Carolina.
Though I guess cows were there too.
That's a Kristy Nolan fact. Cows were there too.
Did you know it's the national dish of Texas?
I feel like from when we were a nation, from 1836 to 1845. Is that what you're referring to?
The quote unquote national dish. I'm having SH problems tonight.
Oh, that's right. And I'm the one who's
in Britain, it is generally not smoked. Wrong.
Yeah, I
feel
they like
boil it. Come on, Britain.
What don't they boil there?
Pot roast. Pot roast is good. We should do that. Let's put that underneath brisket.
Yeah, pot roast is fine. Beef stew is fine, but brisket is amazing when it's smoked and barbecued. Well, we did it, Kristy. I feel like we need to alert the Hartmans.
You're holding up for a hero till the end of the night.
We don't have the rights to that.
But I just wanted to remind you who the hero was who found the burnt ends. Just a reminder. Just a quick reminder in case we had forgotten from 2 or 3 minutes ago.
I feel like you gave no opportunity for anyone to forget because you constantly.
I'm going to keep calling it back, honey.
I feel like though I should get some credit for being confident enough to click on it and not constantly equivocating and second guessing and also wanting to completely allay any blame if it was wrong.
All right. Do we need it? Should we be done or do we gotta pat it? Should we pat it?
Oh, there's no padding. We're gonna claim our victory. It's short, it's sweet, it's beautiful.
What was the end number?
We got here from yakitori to barbecue to burnt ends to brisket. So we got here in 1, 2, 3, 4 links, which is super sweet.
Sweet.
And you know who would have loved a delicious slice of brisket more than anybody? Hachiko. That's right. He would have loved it. He would have waited patiently for 9 years.
Sure it's not Hachiko?
I don't think so, but I don't speak Japanese. We should call our daughter who does speak Japanese.
We should.
And find out. All right, let's get the Hartmans in here.
Woo!
Well, welcome back, Hartmans.
Well, hello. Sorry about last week. We realized that we just ended the call with you and didn't even say goodbye. So apologies for that.
We cried for an hour.
We really did. We had a heart to heart, and we did some.
We kept being like, "Do you think that they're going to call back? Yeah. Should we call them back?
Are we still friends?
Are we friends? What's happening?"
And the answer overall was just no.
Did you think about them at all?
I didn't. Honestly, I didn't even think about it.
I didn't even.
Except for last week when I mentioned that we did exactly that. So anyway, well, we had a great walk last week. I hope you two had a great walk this week. Did you find brisket?
No, we didn't.
Okay.
We obviously found brisket because we're hyper attuned to delicious meats.
Yeah.
And brisket is among the most delicious meats. So.
That's the meat radar.
What's great about this is that the audience already knows the answer to which of us did better, because they heard us last week. They heard you complete your walk. So they already know we're the ones that don't know what's going on. And I'm excited to find out how this went. So how do you want to go about this? Do you want to talk about your journey? I guess talking about a journey doesn't make any sense. Just tell us how many it took you.
So not counting Hachiko, where we started.
Right. Yeah. Counting
the
links.
adorable dog, who we all love.
Yes.
Is it not Hachiko?
I don't know. We just went by what Nick Jaramillo told us. So
what did he say? Did he say?
He
Hachiko?
said Hachiko.
Hachiko.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh God!
What? We had 4 links.
Oh wait! Don't say anything. Did you guys go through Balto? You went through Balto, didn't you?
We did not go through Balto. What's Balto?
That's a movie, right?
Yeah, it's a dog. It's another famous dog. Well, congratulations, you son of a bitch. Took us 6.
Oh, God, it was painful.
How did you get there?
Well, the audience already knows, so it doesn't. We'll talk about it offline because there's no sense in us rehashing the whole deal.
Let's just say, you guys, that my husband didn't listen to me one single time, and next time I'd just like to do this whole walk thing with just the Nolans and less of the Hartmans.
Is that what you'd like to do?
Yeah.
I feel like the next logical combination is wife swap, where Kristy and Matt go on a walk and Emma and Jethro go on a walk.
There you go.
Love it.
That's a great idea.
Love
idea.
In fact, Kristy's been really pushing that for a long time.
I have.
Taking
Just
a walk
you
with
move
an
over
Emma.
here. I'll move over there. It'll work out great.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah. If I move there and you move here, that'd be perfect.
Wait, what?
Wait a minute. What?
Everything's
happening?
fine.
Oh, no,
Everything's fine. I can't believe you did that so quickly. Well, well done. That's 4 is, I think that's our shortest, ties for our shortest for the season. So congratulations on that. And
there was a hero involved, but we don't want to point fingers or name names.
The hero was Hachiko, who apparently had chicken skewers in his stomach when he died.
Chicken skewers in his stomach?
So it's interesting because he died in 1935, but in 2011, scientists were like, we got to get to the bottom of how this dog died.
And the answer was cancer.
But
not the chicken skewers.
But the chicken skewers, or yakitori, as they're known in Japan, are what got us to the grilled meats very quickly.
That's so interesting because we discussed going through Japanese food in some way, but we didn't know enough about Japanese food. We would have seen that word and not even known what it was.
Yeah, no.
That's where the hovering over the link helps.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure.
Because you hover over the link, it's pictures of chicken skewers, and I'm like, I know what that is.
Brilliant.
Over hot coals.
Brilliant. Wow. Yeah, we decided to go through dog, and because we thought for sure that dogs were going to talk about what they ate, and they didn't really much at all. So anyway, I'm sure you've listened to the episode by now, but that's how it all went down. Well, congratulations, Noland. A cheers to you. For
finally
an excellent.
So now I guess sadly there's only one of us who's never won one.
That's right.
Are you effing
kidding
me, Kristy Nolan? We were supposed to be a team, and you just ripped my heart right out of my chest.
Wow. Thanks.
I realized it when we started. I was like, we gotta win. Wow. I need to taste the sweetness of the sweet flavor.
Babe.
Yeah. And I was telling Emma that we needed to win in order to make the season at all exciting as far as the competition goes. Because now Jethro, I think, has won enough that I can't win the season. So the rest of it's kind of meaningless.
Also, that's not. I mean, let's face it. That the contest portion of it is not. It's the journey, not the destination.
Is it?
Also, I will say, Emma, in this episode, we do say some rather unflattering things about British cuisine. That You don't seem
not your cooking.
Not your
cooking.
Butter Bakery.
Your cooking is amazing.
We stand Butter Bakery. We are allies of Butter Bakery.
Just your countrymen.
Your countrymen.
Yeah.
Boiling meat to flavorlessness.
You know what? I'm done. I'm done. This is over. I'm done. Shut it down.
You shutting it down?
No.
Shut it down.
She's leaving.
Shut it down. Shut it down.
She handed me the headphones and she's
storming out,
walking out the door.
Oh, wow.
And she closed the door silently instead of slamming it, I guess not to wake her child. So
you know what?
There you go. You can put it in post. The slam.
Well, this is.
Oh, she's also got a Model T horn.
Yes. Oh, now she's starting to tap dance. I wonder why.
Well, I will say it is always a delight going on a journey just with Matt, but it's even more delightful sharing the fun with Emma and Kristy as well. So thank you both for joining the podcast.
It's our pleasure.
Thank you for doing it, and we'll hopefully see you again next season.
Next season, also known as 8 weeks from now.
That's right. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Hey everybody, this is Matt Hartman. Thanks so much for listening to Drunkard's Walk. A big thank you to Nick Harmio for our artwork and Jesse L.E. for our theme music. Also a thank you to Rayn Wanner, who was our guest last week if you listened to part 1. And a thank you to our wives for being a part of these 2 episodes. We really appreciate them being here. We appreciate you listening. If you like what you're hearing, please give us a rating or review on iTunes or Stitcher or Google or wherever you're listening to this podcast. And also head on over to Patreon. Check out Drunkard's Walk podcast there and donate some money to us to keep us going because we like what we're doing and we hope you're enjoying it too. Thanks so much. Happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you next week. This is Overtime. Each week, I'll be giving you a little extra knowledge about something that happened in the past during the week of our release. This week, we look at the week of November 23rd, and I'm going to take you back to November 27th, 1968. On that evening, a woman by the name of Penny Ann Early made history. She became the first woman to ever play in a professional men's basketball game. It was an American Basketball Association, or ABA, game between the Los Angeles Stars and Early's team, the Kentucky Colonels. Unfortunately, her basketball career was a short one. She warmed up with the team, entered the game during a timeout in the first half, inbounded the ball, and another timeout was immediately called and she was removed from the game. I should also point out that she wasn't given an official uniform, rather wearing a miniskirt and a turtleneck sporting the number 3. Oh, also, she had never played basketball at any level in her life, and she was 5'3" and weighed 112 pounds. She was officially the smallest pro basketball player ever to compete. In fact, you might think when it comes to professional sports, she sounds more like a jockey than a basketball player. And you'd be right, because Penny Ann Early wasn't just the first woman to play professional basketball, she was also the first female jockey. And it was this licensing as a jockey that led to her very short basketball career. You see, when she was licensed, male jockeys were not pleased and in fact protested by refusing to ride in the first 3 races of the Churchill Downs, preventing her from competing. This controversy is what led the Colonels to sign her to a short-term contract. And while the coach at the time was not pleased, he put her in for that very short stint. And she received a standing ovation and even signed hundreds of autographs after the game. And that number 3 that she was wearing, that stood for the 3 races that had been boycotted by the male jockeys. She did continue her career as a jockey after that, but had trouble maintaining her weight and became a trainer. But in 1974, at the age of 30, she worked hard to get back to her riding weight and returned to jockeying. Unfortunately, she suffered a riding accident shortly after returning and broke her arm, ankle, wrist, and some ribs. She continues working with horses to this day. Well, that's it for Overtime. We'll see you next week.